Depth of the Quiet, Episode 2, When the Story Changes and You're Left Behind. There is a moment many parents describe as the most disorienting part of estrangement. It isn't the silence, it isn't even the distance. It's the realization that the story has changed, and you were not invited into the rewriting. At some point, you may hear a version of the past that feels unfamiliar, events you remember differently, moments you thought were loving. Now, intentions reframed, context removed, and suddenly you are no longer standing inside your own history. You are standing outside of it, listening to a story that doesn't feel like the life you lived. This experience can be deeply unsettling, not because parents need to be seen as perfect, but because memory is tied to identity. When the story of the past changes, it can feel as though you have changed without your consent. You may find yourself thinking, did I miss something? Was I really that person? How can the same moments hold such different meanings? Who am I now if this is how the story is told? These questions don't mean you're defensive. They mean you're human. One of the hardest parts of this moment is the pressure to respond, to explain, to clarify, to correct, to defend. Many parents feel an urgent need to set the record straight, to prove they are not who the story suggests. But over time, most discover that arguing with a rewritten narrative rarely brings relief. Instead, it often deepens exhaustion. It's important to say this gently and clearly. When stories change, it does not automatically mean anyone is lying. Memory is not a recording. It is shaped by emotion, distance, identity, and the need to make sense of pain. People often reinterpret the past in order to understand who they are now. That doesn't invalidate your memory, and it doesn't require you to abandon your truth. What becomes most painful is not the difference in perspective. It's the feeling of being erased, of becoming a character instead of a full human being, reduced, flattened, defined by a single interpretation. This can leave parents feeling unseen, misrepresented, and profoundly alone. Here is where many parents become stuck. They believe they must choose between defending themselves or disappearing entirely. But there is another option, one that protects your dignity without requiring constant explanation. You can step out of the courtroom. Stepping out of the courtroom does not mean agreeing with the narrative. It does not mean accepting blame. That doesn't belong to you. It means recognizing that your peace does not come from winning an argument. You were never meant to fight. You are allowed to hold your memory quietly. You are allowed to trust the love you lived. You are allowed to know who you were even if the story no longer reflects it. This is not an easy shift. Releasing the need to be understood can feel like another loss, but over time, many parents discover that this release creates space. Space to breathe, space to grieve honestly, space to reconnect with themselves outside of the narrative. You may notice that when you stop explaining, something unexpected happens. Your nervous system softens, your thoughts slow, the constant replaying of conversations begins to quiet, not because the pain is gone, but because you are no longer standing in constant defense of your identity. It's important to remember, you are more than any story told about you. You are more than a single chapter interpreted years later. You are more than the version someone else needs in order to make sense of their life. Your worth does not depend on agreement. This episode is not an invitation to detach from love. It's an invitation to detach from self-erasure, to remain whole, even when perspectives diverge. To understand that two experiences can exist side by side without one needing to cancel the other. If you are in this place, hearing a story that doesn't feel like yours, please hear this. You do not need to rewrite yourself. To survive this, you do not need to disappear to keep the peace. You do not need to prove your goodness. You only need to remain rooted in your own truth, quietly, steadily, with dignity. The story may have changed, but you are still here, and your life, your values, your love, your future continues beyond the narrative. In the next episode, we'll talk about a grief that has no ending point. The grief of loving a child who is still alive, but no longer reachable. Until then, be gentle with yourself. You are not failing because this hurts. You are hurting
because it mattered. If this video spoke to you, please like and subscribe to Depth of the Quiet for more videos. You may also like the book The Quiet Between Us, available on Amazon in paperback and on Kindle, and the upcoming book Depth of the Quiet that delves deeper into parental estrangement, written by Latina Sidorov. Thank you.